Logan stood in the cold metal room of the Starship Horizon. The walls hummed softly, filled with energy from the ship's reactor. He was alone, dressed in his black uniform, waiting for the door to open. His heart beat hard in his chest. Something had changed inside him weeks ago, and he could feel it every time he moved. He had joined the United Earth Fleet to serve, to protect people, and to explore the stars. But now, his own people feared him. After the mission on Glisavon, where he had survived a deadly ambush and destroyed an enemy force with his bare hands, the officers had started to whisper. Logan had been injured badly, but he healed in hours. He had broken steel restraints during a panic. His senses were sharper, his body stronger. Some called him lucky, others called him dangerous. Captain Holloway didn't look at him as she entered. The room, 2 guards followed her. She handed him a data pad without a word. Logan read it slowly. It was a formal order. He was to be exiled from the fleet and from Earth. The reason? Unnatural mutation, possible threat to galactic peace. "This isn't right," Logan said. "You know I never asked for this. You broke protocol," the captain said. "You fought like a monster. I saved lives. We can't risk what you might become." The guard stepped forward. Logan didn't fight. He looked into the captain's eyes one last time. There was no pity, only fear. They led him to a small transport ship. It was old and unarmed. Its destination, Varos Prime, a planet marked as uninhabitable by most species. Toxic air, hostile creatures, no settlements. It was a silent death sentence. Launch was quiet. No one watched. No one said goodbye. Logan sat in the pilot seat and stared out into the stars. He didn't cry. He didn't scream. But inside, something old and deep started to wake. The ship hit the atmosphere of Varos Prime hard. The controls shook. Alarms screamed. Logan tried to keep it steady, but a sudden storm of purple lightning struck the left wing. The engine failed. The ship went down fast. It crashed into a dense forest filled with glowing red trees and strange noises. Logan kicked open the hatch and crawled out. Smoke and fire rose from the wreck. He grabbed a pack of supplies and limped away before the fuel cells could explode. He spent the night under a fallen tree. The air was thick and hot. The wind carried the cries of creatures he had never heard before. Logan held a knife in his hand and stayed awake, listening. He felt his body burning from within. Not with pain, but with something else. Something wild in the morning. He explored the land. Strange plants moved when he passed. He saw a beast, with 6 legs and sharp horns, watching from the shadows. He didn't run. It didn't attack. He found water from a stream and made a small fire. Days passed. He hunted. He learned. He bled. But each wound healed fast, faster than before. His eyes adjusted to the dark. He could hear the smallest sounds. He could jump higher, run longer, smell danger before it came. Logan found the remains of an old alien outpost deep in the jungle. Most of it was broken, but some tech still worked. A power core glowed dimly. He stayed there, made shelter, and studied what he could. One chamber was full of pods-glass containers with wires and green fluid. Inside were skeletons of tall alien beings, long dead. He found logs. The aliens were scientists. They had come to Varos Prime long ago to test bioadaptive tech. They wanted to build stronger bodies for war, but the tests failed. The planet turned against them. Only the tech remained. Logan touched one of the devices. It latched to his arm and fused with his skin. It didn't hurt, it felt right. More days passed. He built armor from the wreck. He learned to use the alien tools. He trained his body. The beast inside him was no longer wild. It was focused. One night, he stood on a cliff and looked at the stars. His old life was far away. Earth had sent him here to die, but he was not dead. He was alive, stronger than ever. They had cast him off as a beast, but Logan was becoming something more. A legend was beginning. Logan woke up early. The sky above Varro's Prime was purple with streaks of orange light. Birds with silver feathers flew overhead, calling out in strange songs. He stood outside the broken alien outpost, stretching his arms. His body felt stronger, his mind clearer. Each day he survived. Each day he changed. He had built walls around the outpost using metal from the shipwreck. Inside, he kept a small fire burning. He hunted wild beasts for food. He drank clean water from the stream nearby. The jungle was dangerous, but it was now his home. Logan learned the land. He marked paths on stone with charcoal. He studied the stars at night to track time. He counted days since the crash. 39 days. He talked to himself sometimes, not because he was going mad, but to remember his voice. He spoke names of people he once knew. Ava, his friend in the fleet. Captain Holloway, his sister, back on Earth. Maybe they had already forgotten him. He didn't forget them. One day, while walking through a narrow canyon, Logan saw something strange. A round black stone with glowing blue lines. It hummed softly. When he touched it, images flashed in his head. Tall alien beings, fire, war, screams. He pulled his hand back. The stone was a memory device. He returned to the outpost and searched more carefully. In a hidden room, he found other devices. One was a headset. When he wore it, words appeared in front of his eyes. It began teaching him the alien language. Simple at first, then more complex. Weeks passed. Logan could read some of the logs. The aliens were called Threeni. They had come here many years ago. They believed this planet had energy that could change life itself. They tried to create soldiers who could adapt to any planet, any fight, but their own creations turned on them. Logan wondered if that energy had touched him too. The jungle was still full of danger. One night, something attacked the outpost, a huge creature with armored skin and long claws. It broke the wall and tried to reach the fire. Logan fought it with a spear he made from metal and wire. The beast slashed his chest, but he didn't fall. He roared and stabbed it again and again until it fled. His wounds healed in hours. He looked in a piece of broken glass. His eyes glowed faintly in the dark. His skin was tougher, his muscles leaner. He was still human, but not fully. The next day, Logan found another part of the alien lab. Inside were old machines, some still working. One was a body scanner. He used it. It showed changes in his DNA, faster healing, stronger bones, higher brain function. He stared at the results for a long time. He was not sick. He was not broken. He was evolving, but still he was alone. Until the crash. Logan heard it first, low rumble in the sky. He looked up and saw a small ship spinning out of control. Fire trailed behind it. It slammed into the jungle far to the west. He grabbed his pack and ran. It took him hours to reach the crash. The ground was black and burned. The ship was broken into pieces. He moved carefully, spear in hand. He heard crying. Under part of the wreck, he found a group of aliens. 4 of them, one was hurt badly. The others looked young. They backed away when they saw him. One of them raised a small weapon. Logan dropped his spear. He raised his hands. "I won't hurt you," he said slowly. The one with the weapon spoke in a soft voice. "You, ... human." Logan nodded. "Name, Logan. Help, I help." The alien lowered the weapon. Logan pulled the injured one from the wreck and carried them to a safe place. He made a fire, gave them water, cooked food. They watched him, still unsure, but no longer afraid. That night, one of the aliens, a female, with silver eyes, sat beside him. "I am Mira," she said. "We are Zentari. We were traveling to a research post. Pirates attacked. We fled, crashed." Logan listened. Myra pointed at him. "They say humans are weak, but you are ... different." He smiled. "They said I was a beast." "No," Myra said. "You are not beast. You are storm." Logan didn't sleep that night. For the first time, he wasn't alone. The stars above were the same. But something had changed. The galaxy had forgotten him, but new voices were beginning to speak his name. Logan stood at the edge of the jungle, looking at the small camp he had built for the Zentari. The 4 aliens were resting now. Their wounds were healing. Mira, the silver-eyed linguist, sat by the fire, trying to repair a broken device. Logan watched her fingers move fast and sure. She was smart, and she had learned some human words quickly. "Signal not strong," Myra said, frowning. Logan nodded. "Storms, block it. We try again later." In the last few days, something new had grown between them all. Trust at first. The Zentari were afraid of Logan. Now they followed his lead. He taught them how to trap food, how to boil water from the jungle, and how to stay safe from night. Creatures one morning, while they were gathering fruit near the river, they heard screaming. Not animal, not storm, something else. Logan signaled for the others to stay hidden. He moved fast through the trees, spear in hand. He found a group of aliens trapped by a beast. It had thick black scales and moved like a panther, but with wings. The aliens were cornered near a cliff. Logan didn't think. He ran forward, shouting. The beast turned to him and roared. Logan rolled under its swing, stabbed it in the leg, and jumped back. It charged. He leaped, grabbed its wing, and drove his spear into its eye. The beast fell. Dead. The rescued aliens stared at him in shock. One stepped forward. "You ... are human." "Yes," Logan said, breathing hard. "You fight like a god." "No god, just man." They offered him thanks, food, and tools. Word began to spread. Logan returned to the camp with supplies and stories. Mira listened with wide eyes. "They speak of you now," she said. "In markets, in ships. The human on Varos, the one who fights beasts. Let them talk," Logan said. "Just survive." But inside, something was changing. He was no longer just surviving. He was becoming part of this place. Over the next weeks, more lost travelers and exiles came. Some were sick, some wounded, some hunted. Logan helped them all. He shared food, shelter, and safety. They began to call him many names. The Protector, the Wild Shield, the Beast Walker. One night, Mira sat beside Logan, holding a small device. "I fixed this," she said. "Old signal logs." I listened. "Earth is quiet. Your name not spoken. They think you are dead. Logan stared at the fire. Then let them think so. You do not want to return. He didn't answer right away. Then he said, they saw me as a monster. But here, I can do good. I can matter. Mira touched his arm gently. You matter. The next day, a trader ship flew low over the jungle. It dropped a message pod. Logan opened it. A bounty had been placed on a target known only as the Jungle Beast. Logan's face was shown on the holler. The message came from smugglers. Capture or kill. That night, Logan met with the small group that now followed him. Zentari, Threeni even. To old, war-torn Vagari. He stood before them. They want to hunt me, he said. They fear what I am. But I will not hide. If they come, we fight. Not just for me, for all of us. The group nodded. These were exiles, forgotten people, outcasts. But now they had a leader. Logan trained them. He taught them how to use the land, how to fight in silence, how to strike fast and vanish. When the first hunting party landed, they were gone in hours. Logan and his people moved like shadows. No deaths, no war. But they sent a message. This land was protected. More came. Pirates. Thieves, they all failed. Soon, trade ships began to avoid Veros Prime. Some even started calling it Logan's Reach. In hidden places, in quiet markets, people told stories of a man cast away by his own kind. A man who became more than human, a guardian of the wild. One child in a mining colony asked, "Is Logan real?" Her father smiled. "I don't know, but if you ever get lost in the stars, he might find you." And far away, in a dark corner of Earth's space station, a young officer named Ava heard the whispers too. She knew that name, and she didn't believe in ghosts. Asterisk, far from Voros Prime, in the heart of Earth's main station, Ava sat at her desk, staring at an old mission report. The lights above flickered, but she didn't look up. Her fingers tapped slowly on the screen. The name Logan was marked as deceased. She didn't believe it. Ava had served with Logan. She remembered how he fought, how he protected others. He wasn't a monster. He was human, brave, strong, kind. She had trusted him when others feared him. And now, months later, she was hearing rumors. Traders spoke of a human warrior on Varos Prime, a legend, a ghost. She began to search. Secretly, quietly, she hacked into old fleet records. She found a log, buried and locked, from the horizon. It showed Logan's exile. Not a fair trial, not justice, just fear. Unstable abilities, the report said. Sent to Voros for safety of others. Ava clenched her fists. You called him unstable, but you were scared. She made a decision. She packed her gear and stole a place on a civilian freighter heading toward the edge of council space. She told no one. She had to know the truth. Meanwhile, back on Varos Prime, Logan stood in the forest watching the sky. It was clear that night. Stars like tiny fires. His people had grown. 23 now lived in the outpost village. Different species, but one purpose. They called themselves the Drift. Mira walked up beside him. Trouble comes. Always, Logan said. But we are ready. They had trained hard. They had built traps, alarms, defenses. Not to attack, to protect. Many who came to fight them left in. Shame, some even stayed. But Logan knew peace never lasted long. That night, an old cargo ship crashed nearby. Logan and 3 others ran to help. The ship was damaged, smoke rising. As they reached the wreck, a voice called out, "Help, I'm not armed." It was Ava. Logan stopped in shock. For a moment, the years fell away. "Ava," she looked up at him, eyes wide. "Logan, you're alive." They stared at each other. He looked different now, taller, stronger, scars on his arms, light in his eyes that wasn't there before. "You came," he said. "I had to. I heard the stories. I knew it had to be you." They brought her back to the village. Mira watched closely, unsure of this new human. Ava explained everything. How Earth had forgotten him, how the council believed he was gone, and how war was close. "A research ship went missing near Earth's space," Ava said. "An alien crew. The council blames Earth. Some think it was an attack." Logan frowned. "Earth didn't attack. I know them, but they don't trust easily. The council has sent fleets to prepare. So it begins," Logan said. Myra stepped forward. "Then we must act. If Logan returns, they will listen." Logan shook his head. "No, they will see me as the beast they cast away." "Then show them who you are now," Ava said. "Not the man they feared, the one you became." Logan walked alone for hours that night. The jungle was quiet. He thought of his past, of how they called him a monster, of the faces he once knew, and he thought of the people here, the ones who followed him, who believed in him. He returned to the camp. "We go to the stars," he said. Mira smiled. Over the next days, Logan and his people worked on the ships left behind by crash landings and fallen pirates. They repaired engines, made weapons, painted symbols of peace and fire. When the fleet rose into the sky, it was not large, but it was fierce, led by Logan with Ava and Mira. Beside him, the drift was no longer hiding. They were going home, to stop a war, to show the truth, to bring legend into light. Logan stood on the bridge of the rebuilt ship, looking out at the stars. The ship was once a pirate vessel, but now it carried a new name and purpose. The others followed in smaller crafts. Together, they moved as one fleet. Small but united, Ava sat beside him, checking maps and signals. Mira stood at the back, speaking to the other ships in her soft, calm voice. Everyone was ready. They all knew the risks. Logan took a deep breath, set course for the edge of council space. The engines hummed, and the stars began to stretch. As they traveled, Logan trained with his people. He taught them how to stay calm under fire, how to talk when fighting failed. Mira shared alien customs, helping them understand different species. Ava worked on messages they could send to the council messages of peace. They reached a deep space relay point and stopped. It was a quiet place with no stations, just satellites and comm signals. Logan sent a message to the nearest council. "Fleet, this is Logan, once a soldier of Earth, now leader of the Drift. I come not to fight, but to speak. There is still time for peace." No answer came, but they knew the message was heard. 2 days later, the council fleet arrived. It was large, over 20 ships, heavy cruisers, weapons ready. Logan stood tall. "Open comes." A hologram appeared. It showed a tall alien with dark green skin and glowing eyes. "You," the Admiral said. "The exile, the beast." "Not a beast," Logan said. "A man, changed, but still human. You have no place here. The council does not speak with outlaws." "Then look at me," Logan said, stepping into the center of the bridge. "You cast me away, You feared what I became, but I found purpose. I built peace. The Admiral was silent. Logan continued. I have Mira, a Zentari, and Ava, an officer of Earth, beside me. We are from different worlds, but we stand together. That should mean something. Earth is preparing for war, the Admiral said. Because you pushed them to it, Ava said, stepping forward. You blame them for what they did not do. The research. Ship was lost near Earth. Pirates did it, Logan said. We found signs, markings, ships. It wasn't Earth. Mira shared a file from their scans. It showed damage marks matching known pirate weapons. The Admiral stared. You risk your lives too. Bring this. Yes, Logan said. Because we believe peace is worth it. The cum cut off. For hours, no word came. The ships held position. Tension grew. Then a signal. Prepare to dock, the Admiral said. We will listen. Logan and a small team entered a shuttle and flew to the Council flagship. As they walked through its halls, many aliens stared at him, some with hate, some with wonder in the main chamber. High leaders of different species sat. Lights above glowed softly. It was quiet. Logan stepped forward. I was exiled, left to die, but I lived, I learned. I helped others, not because I was told to, but because it was right. Now, I ask you to do what is right. Don't start a war over fear. A Zentari elder spoke. You are proof of danger. Your strength, your change, it is not normal, it is human, Logan said. We change. That is what makes us strong. A young Thrini leader stood, and yet he is not our enemy. Look what he built. A group of many kinds, living together, that is rare. Voices began to rise, some for him, some against. But the chamber was no longer united. Logan said one final thing. You fear what you do not control. But peace is not about control. It is about trust. I ask you to trust that there is another way. The Council called for a vote. It would take time. Logan left the chamber and returned to his ship. Mira waited for him. Do you think they will listen? Maybe not all, Logan said. But some did, and that's enough. Ava smiled. You came to stop a war. Maybe you just did. Outside, the fleets held still. Not enemies, not yet allies, but watching a man they once called a beast, ... and now, maybe, ... something more. Asterisk Logan stood in silence as the stars moved slowly outside the ship. The council vote was still being counted. Time passed, but he did not sleep. He was not afraid of the decision. He was thinking of what came next. Myra sat beside him, watching the stars too. You look tired, she said. Not tired, Logan said. Just ready. For what? For anything. Suddenly, a message came through. Ava rushed onto the bridge. Logan, we have a problem. She showed him the report. One of the council ships had broken away. It was moving toward Earth, fast. The commander did not wait for the vote. He wanted to strike first. He's going to attack, Ava said. He thinks he's protecting the council. Logan stood. Then we stop him. He gave the order. Their small fleet followed the rogue council ship. Logan knew they had little time. If that ship reached Earth and opened fire, it would be war. Real war. One that would burn everything. They moved fast. The engines roared. Mira worked the comms, trying to reach the commander. No answer. He's not listening, she said. Logan nodded. Then we make him listen. They caught up to the council ship near a red gas giant. Logan's ship moved in front, blocking the path. "Hail them," he said. The screen lit up. A hard-faced alien commander glared at him. "Move, human. This does not concern you. It concerns all of us," Logan said. "You fire on Earth, and millions will die. Then let them. Your kind is dangerous." "So am I," Logan said. "But I choose peace." The commander cut the feed. His weapons powered up. "Shields up," Ava said. The first shot hit. Logan's ship shook. Sparks flew. "Return fire," Mira asked. Logan shook his head. "Not yet." They took another hit. Systems failing, lights dimming. But still, Logan waited then. Something changed. Ships from the council fleet arrived behind them. Not to attack Logan, but to stop the rogue commander. A 3 cruiser moved between Logan's ship and the attacker. Then a Zentari vessel joined. One by one, more ships stood with him. The rogue commander saw it. He turned, angry. "You side with him, with a mutant." The 3 leader answered, "We side with truth." Outnumbered, the commander gave up. His ship powered down. Logan exhaled. Later, back at the council station, the vote was announced. Peace had won. Not all supported it, but enough did. War was stopped. The council agreed to open talks with Earth. Logan's evidence had been accepted. He was not a threat. He was proof of hope. In the Great Hall, Logan stood before the leaders. The head speaker said, "You were cast off. Now you return not as a beast, but as a symbol. What do you wish, Logan of Earth?" Logan looked round. "I do not wish for power or revenge. I wish to go back to where I belong. Not Earth, not here, but out there." Mira stepped forward, with the drift, with all who have no place. Ava smiled, "To protect the ones no one sees." The council gave a quiet nod. "Then go, and may your name be remembered." Back on his ship, Logan stood on the bridge once more. The stars waited. He had stopped a war. He had changed the minds of leaders. He had shown what one life, even one cast away, could mean. He looked at Myra, at Ava, at the people who followed him. "We move," he said. "There are others to help." The ship turned, and Logan, once feared, now chosen, became the storm that guarded the stars.